I'm going to talk to you about the year 2019. Do you recall the first time you saw JJ in 2019?
It was right around the 1st of February
Okay. Where was that?
in uh, in Chandler or in the Phoenix area, one of the Maricopa County.
Okay. So is Chandler in the Phoenix, the general Phoenix area?
It's a suburb, yes.
Okay. Do you recall how long you stayed there?
That time was about probably 2 weeks.
Okay. Was there a specific reason you had come out to visit that time?
Yes, Charles reached out that he and Lori had split up, that she was gone, and he was totally very distraught. So I went to, excuse me, I went to help him with
No,
JJ. And
I don't object here. This is hearsay evidence that's coming in.
Your Honor, I haven't heard any hearsay yet.
Haven't heard that yet either. Do we have water for the witness?
yeah,
Okay. I didn't know if you needed any. I
I
couldn't
do.
see if you had any down there, but feel free to take that and have that ready. All right, objections overruled.
So, Ms. Woodcock, you had stated that you were in the process of saying that you were out there because Lori was gone.
yes,
Okay. Were you aware of where Lori was?
no,
To your knowledge, was Charles aware of where Lori was?
no,
Okay. Did you see Lori at all while you were there?
no.
Okay. You stated you were there for a couple of weeks. Did you take JJ with you after that at all?
Yes, I brought him home to Louisiana with me. Charles needed to go to work, so, and we were ready to have him in Louisiana.
Okay. Approximately how long did you have him in Louisiana?
Probably a week, maybe two. We during that time frame, from like February 1st till the end of March, we were back and forth to Louisiana to Phoenix, to Louisiana to Phoenix with JJ. Just busy trying to help Charles get things squared away.
Okay. And I'm sorry, I might have missed it. Did you mention a time frame in which you were going back and forth between Louisiana?
Yes, between February 1st of 2019, and through the end of March of 2019.
Okay. Did you stop going to Arizona?
Yes,
Why was that?
because we moved Charles to Houston. Charles and JJ.
Okay. And when Charles and JJ moved to Houston, was Lori with them?
No,
Okay. Why did Charles move to Houston, to your knowledge?
so we could help him. Well, he didn't have any family in Arizona. It was all just her family. JJ needed good schools, which they had in Houston. We didn't really have any in Lake Charles. And Lake Charles is 2.5 hours from Houston. We would be able to, whenever Charles would go out of town, took work. He was gone maybe 3 days when he would go to work, and that way I could be in Houston with JJ while Charles was gone, and he wouldn't be with a stranger, and I could get him back and forth to school and just take care of him while Charles would be working.
Okay. Approximately how far is it between Houston and Lake Charles, Louisiana?
150 miles.
Okay, so that's a drive that you can do.
Yeah, just straight down I-10.
Okay. And did you ever have occasion to go to Houston and stay with JJ while Charles was gone?
Yes.
Okay. How many times did you do that?
There was once Charles moved there like March 31st of 2019. And he did need to get some work. He needed to go to work. So I went to Houston and stayed with JJ for probably 3 days. I think it was that time. And Charles went and did his work. JJ and I we had a good time.
Okay. I'm just going to briefly ask you a few questions about Charles's business. What did he do?
He was a financial planner. He mostly sold annuities.
Okay. Um, at any time, did you become involved in helping Charles with his business?
Yes,
When was that?
in February of 2019.
So in the same time period we've been discussing.
Yes.
Why did you start helping Charles with his business?
He asked me to help him out because he couldn't, he was very distraught with Lori, for one thing, for their separation. And he just needed help. I helped him with his payroll, his accounts payable, receivable. My husband Larry and I owned a business, so I was very familiar with the workings of a business or being self-employed. And so I did what I could to help him.
Okay. And so through this help, did you have access to Charles's banking information?
Yes,
Did you have access to his emails?
yes,
Okay. Did you have access to other financial information?
yes.
Okay. Did anything happen in April that changed the situation and arrangement you had with Charles?
Yes,
What was that?
Lori uh, went to Houston, moved to Houston with Charles and JJ.
Okay. Can
Um,
you state that again to be clear for the record?
Charles and Lori moved to Houston with Charles and JJ.
Okay. And you said that was sometime in April of 2019.
Yes,
Okay. After that, did you continue to see JJ in the Houston or Lake Charles area at all?
oh yes, often,
Okay. How often?
every weekend he would come, or every other weekend, just whenever he could get away, he would bring JJ, and they would come for the weekend, which we were more than happy to have them.
Okay. Did Lori stay in Houston? Are you aware if Lori stayed in Houston?
As in, like,
Did she stay? I apologize. Did she continue to live in Houston?
um, as far as I knew, she was go to Phoenix, and I don't know where else, but I don't know exactly what her travels were at the time. But I know Charles would come sometimes and say, "Well, Lori's gone this weekend," or she went to do this weekend. I don't remember the specifics.
Okay. Did she move from Houston?
Yes, in June of 19, Charles secured her a home in Chandler, which
Oh.
a suburb of Phoenix.
Okay. And when Lori moved back to the Phoenix area, where was Charles staying at that time?
He wasn't staying there. He still had a home in Houston, but when he would get a hotel.
Okay. At that time, to your knowledge, are you aware if Charles was intending to divorce Lori?
Yes,
Okay. Do you know if he was ever able to finalize that divorce?
no,
Okay. To your knowledge, is Charles Vallow alive or deceased?
he's dead.
Do you know the date he died?
July 11th, 2019.
Okay. To your knowledge, did Charles Vallow have a life insurance policy?
Yes,
Did you ever have an occasion to speak with him about that policy?
yes.
When was that?
In February of 2019, he approached me and said he wanted to name me the beneficiary. It was $1 million policy, and he wanted to name me beneficiary and take Lori off.
Okay. Did you ask him to name you as the beneficiary?
No,
Okay. During that conversation, did you commit to doing anything with that life insurance policy money if you were the beneficiary?
yes,
What did you commit to do with that money?
To finish raising JJ because Lori didn't want him anymore.
And did you commit to doing anything else with that money?
Yes, he had asked me to give half of it to his 2 adult sons, which I did.
Okay. Did you ever have another conversation with Charles about that life insurance policy?
Um, I I can't remember at this moment. It might come to me in a minute. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But is it fair to say you don't remember having another conversation with him?
I don't remember right at this moment.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I do
Your Honor,
know
it would
that.
be hearsay if she did have a conversation with him.
The existence of a conversation isn't hearsay.
All right, Mr. Wood, why don't you ask another question? There's a pending objection, but I don't know that this would be responsive to that, so if you'd re-ask.
Okay.
I-
Oh, we've got another question that'll be
Okay,
posed before you can answer, sorry.
After Charles's death, did you receive the benefit of that life insurance policy?
Yes, it was unexpected because I never knew. I never followed up with Charles to see if he had changed me to his beneficiary. But yes, I did. Probably within a week of his death.
Okay. And how did you find out about that?
The insurance company called me.
Okay. Did Lori Vallow ever contact you about the life insurance policy?
Yes.
Do you know what number she texted you from? Or let me rephrase that. How did she contact you?
Through a text.
And do you recall what number she texted you from?
No.
Uh, did you have her saved as a contact in your phone?
Yes, she actually had 2 numbers in my phone.
Okay. And do you know what those 2 numbers are?
Yes. Can I have a
Well-
paper with it on there?
Do you remember those numbers off of the top of your head?
No.
In anticipation of today, did you make a record of what those numbers were if you couldn't remember it?
Yes.
Would it refresh your memory to look at those numbers?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd asked, well, what kind of document did you prepare to see those numbers?
I just did a screen print and I have it on and made a copy.
Okay. Your Honor, I'd ask that the witness be allowed to look at those documents to refresh her memory.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, you can go ahead and just indicate on the record what it is specifically you've looked at, and then after you've looked at that, put it away or turn it off if it's a device, and then we'll.
It's I have it right here.